Alright, so who's got a file name for me in the chat? First one I see, very first one. I would use that as a file name, Void, but there's no colon.
No, that wasn't intended to be file. SGQF.
Alright, there we go.
Not too bad. Yes, Silver, actually, I'm gonna be doing DKC2 102% tomorrow night. And I'm doing more runs later this week.
Let's watch this opening cutscene here real quick. We're old boys and use STA timing to start the run, so...
Yeah, so first input is when the timer starts for this game.
Yeah, and the transitions are kind of funny in this game that Simon moves forward a little bit before you actually gain control, so... It's like that with every screen, too.
Right.
But yeah, starting out here, this is the SNES Castlevania, Super Castlevania 4. Unlike its older ones, this one actually has a much more range of mechanics. Including being able to whip in 8 directions instead of 4. You have free movement in the air with Simon. And the other cool thing is, the crosshair that I picked up, I'm not going to switch that out at all for the rest of the run. This cross is like insanely OP.
Yeah, the cross is really strong. It's gonna be using the cross to pretty much destroy every single boss he's gonna fight.
Yeah, you'll see me build it up to a triple now. For now, I only have 1. And now I have 2. So yeah, that Roman numeral I just picked up there, you need to hit 10 things with the cross. And then the next candle that has a small heart will have your sub-weapon upgrade. You can only get a maximum of 3 though. So I'll get that in the next screen coming up. Also, when you finish a boss, the timer counts like everything down, including, well, obviously the timer, but also your heart count and your health. It refills that. But the health is not much of a concern because damage boosting is way faster than health refills. But yeah, I want to have 0 hearts before I collect the orb at the end of each boss. And a Triforce, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
So yeah, as you saw there, that boss basically had no chance. And the triple cross helps make that happen with just about all of them. But at the same time, it's not as easy as you would think to get those quick kills. And that's kind of the general theme of speedrunning this game. It's actually... It's like not as difficult as games like, you know, Super Metroid, Link to the Past, and optimized games on that level, but there's definitely a difficulty of its own in this one. Because most of the stuff that you do in this run is pretty tight frame windows. For instance, just damage boosting in general. Like, every one you do is a pretty small frame window. Although, the nice thing is, you kind of get the feel of everything after a while.
I can relate to that. Yeah, this game reminds me of Donkey in like how it is fairly straightforward in a sense, but like it's also extremely optimized because of it.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, apparently there's a boss coming up.
Apparently.
I probably will miss it, but if you guys can spot it in the chat, then let me know. Just to make sure there is one.
Don't blink. Oh, see ya.
Rolling out.
Rolling out.
So yeah, you save up most of your health for this whole waterfall section. Because doing these 2 boosts here. And then grabbing this is going to let you jump down right away after this river goes back, you know. So yeah, when the river is moving backwards like that, you just want to keep jumping as much as you possibly can. Because when it's going forward like it is right now, you can just go with the current. And it's actually significantly faster than your normal walking speed. But yeah, when it's backwards, you just want to try to jump to, you know, fight against the current. You don't want to drown out here. Though you're going to be in a sunken ship pretty soon, so I'm not really sure what the logic behind getting out of that is, but...
Wait, that's actually a sunken ship?
Yeah, the block after this, 3-2.
Oh, okay.
Is a sunken ship. Oh, whoops. Yeah, that happens sometimes. It is what it is. I like try to hit diagonal and whip at the same time, but sometimes I just don't. Whoops. There's a couple mudbend patterns there. That was, of course, the worst one. Some of the others you can escape totally taking damage. So yeah, I am gonna have to be careful with my health. Because this is actually pretty poor health management, if I must say so myself. Oh, whoops. I tried to be sneaky and paid for it. But unfortunately, I know what to do, so... I have to go all the way around here. Nice. So yeah, the ring glitch you just saw there. The rings are a little finicky in general. As you saw, if you can get Simon's head above the ring, you can, like, you know, whip the ring up in that way that I just did. And for some parts of the game, it saves a lot of time, so... Kill this guy. Oh. Kill him now, maybe? Hopefully. There we go.
Yeah, if Joe had enough health there, he would have used the eyeball to do a damage boost and not have to deal with that bone dragon.
Yeah. Saves about 3 seconds. They take a long way here. It's only about half a second slower. And then here, I'm gonna take this save too, since my health is low. I just don't feel like dying to the skeletons at the end. There we go. Solid ring glitch though. That ring glitch there saves 2.5 seconds, so that's a pretty important one. Okay, so I need to listen to the game audio for this. Alright. Cool.
Phew! Destroyed the Vipers.
That's a boss right there that you want to get the quick kill, because if you don't, his hitboxes are really strange. Sometimes your whips just don't hit him, and it becomes a festival very quickly.
A Viper party. Can you wall jump in this game? No, you can't.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I know, right?
I actually, like, I had some weird idea back in like 2013 if there was like some way to make a hack of this game where Simon also had like a few of the mechanics from Super Metroid, like maybe like space jump or something.
Another boss.
It's kind of silly, but it sounded cool back then. Hey, what's up, everyone in the chat, by the way?
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure Joe can see you guys, so I don't have to tell him.
I'm watching you guys. You better
Hell yeah.
This game, unfortunately, in terms of like interaction and stuff, it's very difficult to like. It's very difficult to balance this with like, if you're like looking away chat or something, because obviously, as you're seeing already, this game's like, you know, just action packed. There's barely any breaks. I mean, this is the longest break right here.
Yeah, that and like the cutscenes at the end of each stage, but past that, like.
Yeah, that's what I love about this game, though. It's barely any downtime. There's just always something going on.
Yeah.
So for all of this, basically I need to do exactly what I'm doing. Because if I do anything different, there's going to be different skeleton patterns and things are just going to get very ugly very quick. Especially because this screen, if you try to whip or kill any of the skeletons or anything, there's just a bunch of lag. So here is really one of the only glitches in the run. I'm gonna try to zip through this wall. Should be good. Oh, I killed the bat. Whoops. That was my fault.
Dang, dude.
So now we take the long way. The nice thing about the zip being there, though, is, like, as you're gonna see, this is an auto-scroller, where you kind of have to wait around a bit. So it's, like, really convenient that you can end up zipping past all of this and save about 10 seconds. But it is a pretty tough setup. The jump that you saw me do where I was like, oh yeah, that was good. You have to do that jump in a 5-frame window. And then the crosses that I threw that accidentally hit the bat, they're supposed to hit him on the way back while I'm tipping in the wall. So the bat doesn't, you know, hit me while I'm out of bounds. Because if that happens, you either die in the wall, or you just get hit back in bounds, which is bad.
Okay, so here, unfortunately, Joe does not have crosses for Chronoc. So, fight's gonna be a bit slow as a result, but it'll be fine.
Slowpoke.
Slowpoke.
No early arcade. Fortunately, there's a cross in the beginning of the next stage coming up, so I can just build it right back up then. Yeah, so this stage, you know, it should be a cakewalk, you know, just on the way to Dracula's castle and all, but, you know, this guy chasing me here is kind of, you know... Hey, look at that zip. See? He makes fun of me. You see that?
I have never seen that, actually.
Because I couldn't do the zip, and he was like, hey, I can do that.
I've seen you do a lot of Castlevania runs, but I've never seen that guy do that zip.
It happens sometimes. Double? There it is. Alright, so now I take the top route here because I can just boost off this bat here. And normally you would boost off of that one too, but I just want to build up my triple, which I should be getting in one of these crosses coming up here. This one? Yep. So what's this castle time? I'm not far behind, I'm only like a minute. It's pretty good for zip death.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
So yeah, this is where you enter Dracula's castle and things really step up. I mean, it was that way for stage 3 as well, but like, it was just kind of stage 3 and that was really it. It's also strange, that's gonna come back there. If that bottom axe is there, the top one is gonna, it's not gonna catch the knight, so I waited. I think all this should be good. Oh, whoops. I'm not even sure if I was going to go for the rest of the sequence here, because I kind of had it in my head that I was just going to do a save 2 cycle. Wasn't really feeling the one. So yeah, apparently Dracula really had a thing for chandeliers, so he decided to put it in these rooms. That's up too high. Just adjust. Uh oh. Now in this next room, there's a couple of things that can happen, but basically I do the same strat and it works for all of them. Just gonna jump down here, whip this guy, 1, 2, 3. Wait to hit the money bag, 1, 2. Money bag, 1. Easy every time. Pretty similar for this room too. Throw in here, watch this first skeleton, gotta whip him. Jump across, and there you go. Works every time except one super rare RNG where it doesn't kill one of the sword skeletons. Also, normally you would just boost over those coffins, but a little bit low on health, so I'm just trying to be conservative. If you die in this stage, it sucks. No other way of putting it. Game's trying to make it happen though, but I'm good. No worries.
Another boss coming up.
Apparently.
Up, see it.
I didn't see it though, but
Yeah.
apparently you like just do a couple of inputs and then the screen is done. So cool.
You press buttons and then you get an orb. Woo.
So for the start of this screen, I'm gonna do a little setup here. Bam. Get rid of this guy at the bottom, because Alright, there we go. That was actually not an I just forgot that you have to whip down there. But yeah, you want to get rid of that one, because sometimes he can turn around at you, and it makes the damage routing for the rest of the stage really slow. So fortunately, people like 2Cat run this game, so they come up with really good stuff like that. And I was like, hey, that's really good. Why don't I do it? Yeah, I get the high axe here. You could boost off the axe at the very top if it's thrown lower and save a second and a half. And then there I did a nice little setup, so I can just hold right while being stuck at the very edge of the book. Because if you're whipping or throwing across on the ground, the animation has to play out, and you're just stuck on the ground until it's over. Except with sub-weapons, you can jump out of those. And that book jump I did. The jump is a 7-frame window. It's not as bad as you'd think. The really hard part about it is a lot of people, they like to just press right and jump at the same time, which I did for a long time as well, because I didn't know like a way to set it up easier or whatever. So if you're doing it like that, it's also very difficult, because you can just slip right off the book, and then your run's dead, and then you press LR, start and select, and you reset the game.
Yeah.
The developers knew that people were going to speedrun this though. Because yeah, you can just reset with LR, start and select on the controller. You don't even have to
Soft
get up and
resets,
reset
yeah.
your console.
I think it's a feature on most J cards, but I'm not sure.
It's a Konami code thing.
Ah, okay, I see.
Alright, so I have to go up top here. Depending if you walk under the spikes or jump up them like I did, there's some different strat variations you gotta do through this stage to get on the platforms coming up in time. This one coming up here, followed by one of my least favorite strats. Okay. Okay. We're not gonna survive. I'm gonna try my best. I'm trying. Alright. We're gonna get through this. We got this. No! You son of a bitch.
Ah, come on!
If I killed that eyeball, we were good.
Yeah, you were in there.
I was too confident in my gameplay. So yeah, this stage is unfortunately pretty much, you know, where you're gonna die, so... What you just saw there was pretty normal. And now I'll just show a couple of really like easy things, like whipping that eyeball there if you don't want to do the boost over it. Then you could just sneak under here, grab this meat, make your way up there. And then you could do a nice 1-frame jump under here, but fortunately my brain it's still intact. It's still intact. A few things in this room questioned it, but we're still good, so I didn't do that jump.
It's still telling you to not be dumb.
So far. And there's my cross. Then I got the rest of the stage to bring it back up. Oh, whoops. Fortunately, most of the really hard stuff in this stage is over. This isn't too bad. Just that stair jump there. There's my double. Whoops. I knew that was too late, but I still did it anyway. Let's do that. Then I'll 1-frame under here so I'm gonna get hit. There we go. There's my triple. And, you know, here comes my boy Frank. So the technique you saw me use there was called a cross and whip. It's when you press the whip button and then the sub-weapon button 1 frame afterwards. And what that lets you do is, well, use both attacks at the same time. And as you can see there, if you can successfully do that, then it can really help make some of the bosses even faster. Extra life height. Hopefully I don't need that later. Super boost height. Usually you get more of a sloppier boost there just because of how the skeletons are positioned, but
Yeah, that was a good one.
I got a good one there. Alright, I'll take that boost, because if you boost the other way, you go into the pit, and yeah. So for all of this coming up, it's pretty specific how you want to throw your crosses. Because again, if you don't do it a certain way, like this skeleton, he can just jump up and hit you into the pit. That other one along with the back can just destroy your day, so... Then here you throw a cross standing still there. Just so you can hit that ring. And not have the bone dragon hit you, because, yeah, that's bad. And then the spike jump here, you have 1 pixel to make it. But because of how some of the attack mechanics work, I was just able to do it for free there. Easy every time.
I was actually there when you showcased it on your stream. Like, you were doing the setup, and like it basically made it like 100% consistent, which I thought was really cool.
So yeah, pretty low on health, but I should be fine. Unless I get one specific pattern up here, then I will probably die. I almost got it. If that skeleton whipped forward one more time, that would have been the end of my existence as a Super Castlevania 4 speedrunner.
Yeah.
Nice fight. So yeah, for this fight, on the first phase you have to hit the bat 22 times, but on the 22nd hit you have to wait until the bat dives down at you, and then you want to get that 22nd hit in, you know, right when he's swooping down, so you can just throw the crosses at him, whip a couple times, and that's game over. Oh, I wasn't standing on the right pixel there either. Sorry, JC, if you're watching. Alright, so this stage actually used to not be too bad. And then 2Cat started running this game and he was like, you know what? We gotta make Joe's life hard. And that's exactly what he did.
Let's make the hardest level in the game even harder.
Oh, that could have been much worse. That's fine though. Yeah, getting through those skeletons is really tricky. This is one of my least favorite sections right here. That was a good showcase of why. He whipped like 5 times, that was kind of ridiculous. And then this screen, I should really just, yeah.
Let it speak for itself.
The ring glitches that I was talking about earlier are about to come into play. But these save a lot of time. They're also really hard. And that was perfect. That first one was perfect. But we're not done. We're not done. Now we're done. Damn.
That was a good screen. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was pretty slow. Now this mummy, he has a couple of different positions. I can get a 1 cycle. And I will. Maybe. Sometimes you still miss over here. Alright, I might miss because of the fireballs. We'll see. I think we're good. We're good.
Nice. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
I really wanted to do the newer way of the first ring glitch, and I could do it sometimes, but just not reliable enough yet. Alright, final stage in this game, albeit a very long one. Because, well, I mean, you weren't gonna get to Dracula that quickly, were you? Were you really expecting that in the Castlevania game? He's not just like, oh, you beat the last stage, here I am. It's like, no, no, no. You beat the last boss. Here's my house. Come to my place. You know, enter in the door, and then go up, you know, however many flights of stairs are coming up here. And then get through a few of my boys, and then we can move. Then we can talk. So yeah, these crumbling stairs, you don't want to mess up on them because they crumble. And obviously you can't go back down there and go back up the stairs again, so... And then all this is going to be very highly difficult. We'll just see what happens. Gonna try for the spring glitch up here. Alright, that might be good. Alright, we're good. So keeping the screen in position, like scrolling it specifically in this area. Uh-oh. I'll still be good, but yeah. Scrolling it specifically will give you a certain vertical platform pattern. Kind of same for here too. But I kind of messed up all this stuff before, so now I'm going to explain it. So yeah, here comes the final four, and unfortunately the worst one is first. Either I'm going to whoop his ass, or he's really going to whoop my ass. Let's just see what happens. So far, so good. That was intentional. It should be good. One whip. Alright, let's go.
Fuck ass bird.
So this strat is really tight. Let's see if I get it. Nice. So yeah, if you drag out the first phase instead of the second one, it's about 10 frames faster than the other strat, which gets rid of the first phase immediately. And then the second one will draw on a little bit. Alright, and this setup is really cool. Hopefully I get it. Alright, not bad. I might be off my rhythm. Let's see. Alright, still worked. So yeah, the game tries to like automatically fix you in the center of the screen after that death animation's done. But you can skip the trigger like that if you jump, like right as it's gonna try to put you there. So yeah, this is the final boss. So I'm gonna look for like a 6 or 7 cycle here. Whoops. Alright. Well, that still did 3 bars, so I'm pretty lucky. Not so lucky there.
Wow, what a fucking garbage spawn.
I know.
He's
right?
like halfway off screen.
Alright, so this spawn here, he'll be right where I'm at. So I knew where he was gonna spawn there, because every 4th cycle, Dracula spawns wherever you're at. But all the other ones are random. Ooh, I got 5 whips, dang. Nice. What's that, a 33.58? That should be just under 34. Post your Void nice runs in the chat.
I have it ready.
If you don't have one, then subscribe to Void and then post a Void nice run in the chat. Bam.
Nice run.
Most of the time, with a run like this, you would only hear me say G. But for the purpose of the Voidathon, and because we're rolling deep, I will say,
Nice run.
Nice run.
Yeah. I know that the G is a trend on JoeDamillio.tv, but I like it.
Yeah, you pretty much say G to the end of a run if it wasn't good, but it was still a game.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have an actually good run, then you could say GG, because, you know, good game, but...
Which, I think you only say that when you get a PB. Rolling deep. Thank you, Fat Man. But yeah, that was the last run for the day. Thank you, Joe. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate coming on here, Void. And, this marathon's dope. Hope it, continues to be well. I will definitely... I mean, I'm definitely here whenever I can, but of course, of work and stuff, you know.
Yeah. Hope you can make it tomorrow for Blunt and Colin duking it in their favorite playing with their balls game.
Oh, the rematch?
The rematch?
Oh, shit. Wait, what time is that at? Depends what time.
I think it's like past midnight, so you should be good.
Nice. Yeah, for sure.
It's scheduled for 0 hour, 15 minutes.
Wow. Yeah, when did I last do a run of this? What's it been, like 3 or 4 months or something like that? I did do practice for like 2 hours right when I got home from work tonight, and I felt pretty good.
Did you do a run for Karas here this weekend?
No, I got JC to do that.
Oh, gotcha.
Which was a dope ass run too.
Nice.